Welcome to the Menopausal Women Show for Nutrition, Health and Wellness. And I'm Michelle, and as a menopause coach, I work with women to transform their hormone health and well-being to achieve the life they want to achieve. On this podcast, I share research findings on hot topics, talk with other holistic healers, and share my own experiences to empower women to take steps towards a better lifestyle. Now, this week, I have a super special guest on my show, Esther. Esther is a spiritual energy entrepreneur and has over 30 years experience within this field. Esther can see and communicate with angels, perceive energies of the past, over and transition between heaven and earth. Now, what Esther does is she channels her energy to aid others to reconnect with their innate selves through alignment with their identity. So today, Esther is going to share with us tips and tools on how to enhance our mindset in the menopause and increase the vibration of love in ourselves to ensure that we thrive to combat some of those menopause symptoms. So without further ado, let's welcome Esther to the show. Esther, welcome. Absolutely fabulous to have you here. And so before we go further into detail, could you elaborate to all of us what do we mean by spiritual energy?
First of all, thank you for having me, and thank you that I'm here, and I'm so delighted to be here. And what is energy, spiritual energy? Let's start there for the listeners who don't know yet or know a little bit. I will explain what I believe and what many others around me also know is that we are all made of energy. We're
Absolutely.
connected to that. You can call it divine or maybe not. That's totally fine. But I believe it's connected to the divine energy, to our complete selves, our true selves, and that we're born from it. We are still it, and we always are gonna be it, connected to that universal energy. And everything is made around us from energy. And that I hear a lot from people around us, and I hear it more and more and more, that they believe that we're all made from energy.
100%. 100%.
And I also believe when we're going back to that energy, because we're here in life, we're busy, you see them also in your business, of course. People are in the outer world trying to fix everything, and if we stay there, it's stressful, overwhelming. But if you go back to it and reconnect with your true self, if you start from that, you already hear it in my voice. If I start back from myself, it's so different.
Beautiful. So first sort of like thing that I'm kind of a bit curious about, as we know, right, the changes in our hormones in perimenopause and menopause can lead many of us women, certainly I've experienced this with anxiety, fatigue, and low mood. And some days I go bumbling, I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. And then all of a sudden I take a dip. So, how can spiritual energy work support women in maintaining that positive mindset?
I really love that question. Thank you for asking that question. Yeah, energy work can be supportive during menopause. Because if you can reconnect with your true self or reconnect to your more relaxed self, it's already gonna help you. So if you're going back, what I already said, from that busy, stressing life, from the outer world back to your inner world, raising also your emotions from maybe anxiety, or we can feel depressed to a high level of emotion, it's already also helping in supporting in your emotions. And if you align even your thoughts with it, that energy work is going to help you in meditation or maybe journaling. Journaling, we all know.
Mm,
I know a lot of your listeners are also familiar with the journaling. then that energy, you are going up during a day, even when you're feeling low or even when you're feeling down. And we all have that. I had it this morning. I had a special waking up. I don't know, but it started low. But I raised it up with my emotions. I raised it up with being here and being excited. So I thought, why stay in that emotion? So step by step, you don't have to do it all at once. And we cannot do it from depression to high emotion joy. But step by step, energy work can help to go back to yourself, being more happy, more aligned, more you. And I have seen this with my clients as well, that they're coming in anxious, in a mood, and after working on our emotions, in meditation, in journaling, I've seen them change step by step and smiling again and hopeful again. So I know for your listeners, this will also help and support. And that's why I'm also in here. And you are also in here. And we're both here helping those low swing moods to a better mood.
I think just to touch on that, to make it really real for my listeners, meditation isn't this, oh, you've got to sit in silence and silence all these like thoughts. And I mean, I had earlier on this week so much mind chatter. I was like, oh my God, this is like, it was like being in a nightclub in my head.
Yeah, I get that.
Um,
Sometimes I got it too,
yeah,
especially this morning.
so for me, meditation wasn't trying to clear that, but as you say, just to take a moment to calm it down and put the stuff into perspective. And the mind chatter for me just raised my anxiety levels. I was like, oh my God, I was like going to fail at everything. I wasn't going to achieve everything. And it's just like, oh, and then, but being able to recognize that mind chatter and bringing it back, as you say, to your true self really does help. So, is there any specific sort of energy practices you would recommend for women struggling with mood swings or emotional balance? Perhaps you could demonstrate something. I do love a demonstration.
I love that too. And what I always start with is meditation. So for sure, we're going to do here even a short meditation. And first, I'm going to explain it step by step so the listeners can write it down. And first of all, if you have that mind chatter, we're going to talk about it later a little bit too also. We're human. We have every emotion. So we go from high stress to maybe a high joy and back again. So
Mm.
first of all, just be yourself and think it's okay because that already helps. It's okay who you are. So in this practice, it's a simple meditation. And I always share it in 5 minutes, but you can expand it to 10 minutes, to 50 minutes. How minutes you want, you can expand it because it's easy. And I do it also and again every morning, a meditation to stop the chatter. If I don't do it, I am in a nightclub all day stressed and being behind. But if I go back to myself, to my inner me, because we don't have to be anything else than us. So you go back from your outer world to your inner world and being silent. And being silent doesn't mean that the chatter stops, but you can see that chatter as just a river flowing by or clouds. That's the first step. Silence and just letting it be for a little bit. Because if you're in yourself, in your breath, I'm going to talk about that also later, it already relaxes you. So going back to your present moment, calming yourself down. And you don't have to do anything to calm yourself down, but just go back. If you're going to the future, go back. If you're going back to the past, just go back to yourself. And then we're going to dissolve into the universal field, finding your desire. It can be joy, it can be anything you would love to feel at that moment, because in that field is everything, and you don't even have to believe in the fields, but the fields exist. Science proved it. We're made from that energy, as we talked about, and then you pour that feeling you're finding, so maybe love, into your heart, into your body, feeling it and seeing it, and then taking that to a situation in the present. And then you're waking up and having that in the now. And actually, there is no there or here or now. Everything is here now. So we always think we have to get it, but every feeling, every emotion we already felt in this life. So you can get that without getting it.
Mm.
And you can do that for every desire you want. Everything you want to feel at that moment, you can get from that energy field. And if you do this every day for those 5 minutes and you journal it out, because I recognize that morning too, if I don't write it down, you don't see the journey growing
Mm.
in yourself. We always think, oh, I have to start at zero. Even I have that and think, oh, I have to start at zero. No, you're building a journey for yourself. So, are we ready for that 5 minutes
Absolutely,
meditation?
100%.
So, you don't have to do anything. I will keep my eyes open. Michelle, you can even join if you want,
I
or you
will
if
be.
you
I love it. I love it. I'm always up for this.
you can close your eyes. And you don't have to sit or in a straight manner. You can lay down, because if you start comfortable, you're already comfortable. So just sit, close your eyes, and the first minute is going to be silence. And that's totally okay if their thoughts are coming in. But find your breath, and it doesn't have to be altered, because finding your breath is you, even when it's up or down in silence. Any thoughts are rivers, feelings are rivers. Just go back to your breathing, to your hands, to you. And you can even sigh, that helps me also. And go back to yourself, being calmed by your breath. And now we're more relaxed, even in this minute. Already something has come back to you because you closed your eyes. You're in your inner world. So now see your feet dissolving. You can see that your boundaries of you are dissolving in this loving energy field, the quantum field, your higher self. It does not matter. See your calves dissolving slowly outwards, your knees and your thighs, your lower back, your belly, and all the organs in there are dissolving. Your upper chest, your lungs, your heart, your shoulders at the back, your shoulders on top, your neck dissolving and letting go. And then your back of your head, your ears. The rest of your head is dissolving in that universal field. And see yourself just as that universal field, like a fluid, like you are a speck of dust between the universal fields. All possibilities are here. Everything of yours is here. But also everything of divinity is here, higher self is here. So now you can set that mind's intention in there, and you're drifting with the field. And as you remember, everything of that vibration is coming to you. So if you find love, love will join you in there. Or in that field, you're gonna feel that love. You, the field, the same. If you're finding wisdom, that's also okay. To kind of focus on one, love, harmony, whatever your desire is in here. And now that's combination of you and the fields. You open your heart and you don't have to do anything because this field is gonna pour in your heart, into who you are, in your body, every cell. But first your heart. And because it's your heart, you're feeling that feeling in your body. That love, that harmony, feeling it, seeing it, every sense is filled with it. And you can let it flow over you, but especially in your body, in your mind, in your system. And now you pick a gentle situation in the future of your desire. Take that love in your life, or that harmony, or that wisdom, or whatever you choose, and step into a future situation and see what happens. Now you are that filled with love or harmony or wisdom. What happens? What are you seeing? What are you doing? How is it different? And if you are not seeing it clear, it does not matter because you're taking it from the energy field into your body, into your daily life. Having it here and the now. There is no there or now, but taking it with you completely now. So just let yourself drop even more in that feeling. Sink into it completely. Remember how it feels. And you don't even have to consciously remember it because your subconscious will remember it for you. And what you just now do is just open your eyes and be here with that feeling.
You've,
And you,
I got quite emotional.
oh, that's that's lovely. Can you share a little bit, or if you're not feeling like sharing, it's also fine, but you're allowed to share.
I think when we started, I tend to put my hands on my heart, and and I can actually feel my heart beating. But I think at the moment it's half term over here, by the way, for the UK. So the holidays, and there's a lot of stuff that's going on with health and children. And I think I just got a bit emotional because it was like sometimes there's a role as a woman and a mum, you're holding it all together. And you don't necessarily have to be a mum, you could be a caregiver or a sister. Or you just sometimes you hold it together. And I think that's what then raises cortisol levels. So when I connected through your meditation, just gave me a moment to say, yeah, you are a bit, sad about this. You don't know the outcome, but the outcome's not, everything's everything's fixable, everything's achievable. It's just the baby steps. And that's what I felt. And then obviously taking it through, I now think, oh, I'm a bit calmer, and go back, we can reconvene, and I just feel in a more balanced place.
I see even a smile on your face. And that's what I also see in my female entrepreneurs or just women around me. I always start with this meditation. And this is the reason why, because you're going straight back to yourself. no doubts, finding that peace you're looking for, and seeing that smile, and that smile is my reward. And for me, it works also. Even giving it helps me so much to relax, be who I am, and start from a milder place. What you shared too. We all trying to keep all the balls in the air. We're dropping some. We're sad about it. But if you're doing this meditation, you already feel softer, more loved, and know there is openness and possibilities out there. And know, I'm going to mention it also later in my podcast, Unlock Your True Self, Energy and Harmony for Female Entrepreneurs. I have some more meditation. And this is not to sell, but just to share. My podcast, like yours, is just to share also how to do it and how to do it easily, because life is already too difficult sometimes.
100%.
So that's why I always start with meditation, because I love it and I see those smiles. What else do we need than a smile?
So let's just put this more into sort of perspective for like self-love, because I think that's one of the biggest challenges, particularly the women that I work with, that we find is trying to love ourselves. You know, we're going through this hormonal change. We're going to get some belly fat. You know, we're feeling tired. We've got sore joints. We're trying to hold it together. And quite frankly, some days even I look in the mirror and go, do you know something? I really don't like what's there.
Yeah,
How
don't
can,
don't
how
mention me. I
can
have got the same a belly where you think I haven't never had a belly. I'm looking tired or even so stressed out by the day, holding it together, and then go to bed tired and doing the day the same. That's why I also see, and also of course my female entrepreneurs showing up in that way.
So
Yes.
how can we use this energy work to cultivate that self-love?
Yeah. Also, again, a simple exercise. I didn't think it is exercise, but I'm thinking right now, but it's still an exercise. First of all, what I already mentioned, accept where you are right now. And that always seems so terrible. You have to accept it, but I mean it in another way. See it as you are human. We have all the emotion, and especially in certain moments, we can cry, we can laugh, cry again at the same time together, even. And first accept, okay, I'm crying right now. I'm human. It's totally okay where I am right now. If I want to cry, lay in bed, I have those moments too. I will go to bed, cry it out on the couch for the TV. It doesn't matter. And just say, okay, it's human. It's okay where I'm at. And go have fun with even the crying. And know that because we're all connected to uh, everything, all emotions are also divine. That's what I believe. They're all having a purpose. So, in that combination of it's okay and knowing all the feelings are divine, it's all gonna give you some relief. If you sigh, I learned that from Esther Hicks also. But I notice is when you sigh, you're already releasing and coming already back to yourself. Crying, actually, that's already sighing also. So that's also coming back to yourself. You're at the right time, at the right place, and that's giving you acceptance already. So that's the first step.
Mm-hmm.
Then a next step is, and I learned that a long time ago, and of course I'm learning from this podcast myself also, again, that's what I love, is we all experienced all emotions. So self-love, we experienced also maybe for a pet, for a child, a partner, maybe sitting in the sun and or being on vacation and feeling so happy. But then you're saying, but if I love a pet, that's not self-love. Yes, but that
Great.
love is coming from you. I had to learn that too, because when I lost, or the relation was broken off, an ex of mine, I thought, yes, but I loved him, and I don't have love for myself until I have written in a book learned that. Yes, but you are giving your love, so it's your love. So if you write that down, you can even do it now. So if you're not feeling it, you can find love for another and you're giving that. So that's your self love. But we all have self love in us. So if you say self love right now 3 times out loud, so self love, self love, self love, something needs to react in your body. And there's always a small part, I feel it, to the left above my stomach. Where do you feel it if you're saying it to yourself, Michelle? I'm curious also.
It's just above my stomach, yeah.
Yeah, funny, because you think it's in your heart. No, it can be anywhere. I also feel it in my neck to the left. So write that down. So now you know where your self love is. We all know negative stress. I get headaches from negative stress. We all know that, but we don't know where our self love is housing in our body. But it has a place because we store for sure. So, what you then do, you put your hands over the place where your self love is.
Mhm.
You're going to close your eyes and you're going to step into that situation where you love your pets immensely, or your partner, or your children. I'm already feeling it in that place, rising it. So you're going to stay in here and you can close your eyes or you keep them open. Closing is better because then you're in your inner world. And then feel it to your highest, but get back out before it slows down or goes down. And then you're going to do that 3 times. And if you're doing that every day, and you can change up to a pet, to a child, but this is your love. This is your self love. And you can, because it is an energy container, you can store your pet in there. You can store your partner in there. You can store your own, but always start with your first saying self love, self love, self love. Even now, I'm noticing it's swelling more, and you can see colors in there, words in there, how it moves, how warm it is, and write it all down.
Okay.
If you do this even for 2 minutes a day, you're already seeing that journey already existing. I love how you can route out a journey, and you can, as a female entrepreneur, maybe you also of course have female entrepreneurs in there. If you share that as a story again through your clients, they can also learn that. So please play it, pay it forwards, from a low mood to self-love, and yeah, get your hormones more regulated, because your body has to react also in that energy on your emotions, because if your emotions go up, your body, in your minds and in your system have to react with other kinds of endorphins, oxytocins. You're making oxytocins for this, and then your menopause is also affected in that for sure.
So just to summarize, because this has been very insightful, I think when we talk about daily rituals, I think the first thing we have to do is really just take a moment to do some breath work and meditation, and become grounded. And
Yeah,
maybe journaling. So then you could journal your
for
feelings.
sure.
Is there anything else? I know that also gratitude can play a part, just to go, actually, thank you for today because you've got another day living.
For sure, for sure. I'm here. So you can call it high vibration writing, because if you just gonna write down what's wrong, you can do that. But if you're doing that, take out the lessons you are learning from it. Don't go back in the emotions, because then you're gonna through the motions again of the lower modes. But if you are writing your intentions, your desires, doing that self-love and writing about that, that's already helpful. And yeah, I always start with a no, not always. Most of the times I'm starting with a morning meditation. Like I shared already, if I don't, I'm hectic. I'm already in the day worrying about stuff, getting my hormones all over the place, my emotions all over the place. So to regulate my hormones more and relax more, I start with a morning meditation. But you can also do a evening meditation. But also at evening, an hour before, they're saying, before you go to sleep, relax, lay down, maybe do another meditation or your self love, because you are taking that evening with your next day. That's how it works for us, because we're on the plains with saber-toothed tigers or mammoths. We had to learn what is dangerous and remember that the next day and taking that into our days. And now we have more room, and that's truly a luxury. See it also as a luxury that you get to choose again to have your days more steady and more relaxed and more you. And remember, we don't always have to do all day. Like we're
Can
also
be.
trained in especially the Western European world. You have to do, you have to succeed, you have to be perfect, you have to take perfect care of the kids, of your husband, partner. I recognize that too, of course. We are learned that you have to do this, and this. No, work from your desire, work from who you are, and then everything will align with you instead of working against you, working more for you. And
I
that's
think
good.
what we've talked about brings out then what we call intuition and inner wisdom. Because actually, once you become grounded within yourself, and this is where I do find that the meditation that you shared and just journaling is you can ask a question if you don't know an answer. And
Yeah,
actually taking away that logic. So a lot of us go, well, what do I do about this? We quickly Google, but actually we all have the power within us to
for
find out
sure.
the answer.
And that's where all of the connectiveness is coming in. You
Mm.
already have everything in you. And that's if you start from there, yeah, it's gonna work so much better than logic. And logic is okay.
Logic has its place, but
Yeah, for
actually
sure, for sure.
your best teacher is you. Um, so with all of this, from your experience, how have you found that the women feel more control in their life? Is it through just the balance and the connection?
It can be so much more balance, yes, but you don't have to balance out your outer world. You start from your inner world where there is order, but divine order, balance, and start from there. We don't need to fix. We are also taught fix, fix, fix. But if you start from balance in your own self of calmness, there is already balance, because there's you and not outer world. Because we're pleasing, we have to think. We have to, of course, we have to do something. Some things need to happen. That's for sure. Take care of your kids. That's the
Mm.
first one. But it's also, what kind of time are you taking for yourself to balance your inner self again, and then coming out and taking care of your kids? It's so different. You should try it for fun. Just start. Okay, this is my normal way. You know how you react in certain ways. But first, go down, lay down, do this meditation, listen to Michelle's podcast here, do the meditation, and then go out and speak to your kids or your work and see what happens, because it's almost funny how you not caring about stuff that's not important anymore, and only caring, is their well-being okay? What do they desire or need right now? Maybe just a hug, and that's more than enough. Not always.
Yeah.
Not always.
Lovely. So before we close, is there anything else that you wish to share that we've not covered today?
Yes, of course. What I believe is what we already shared with unconditional love. And this is what I really want to get across. I believe that we are unconditional love. Since the day you were born, you are that love, you are that light. Maybe your life or this period seems to have been covered by life, by worries, by emotions, thinking, but that unconditional love is still here for sure. Again, before you were born, now, and long that we're gone, you are that unconditional love, light, and love. And that's what I truly believe. And I want to share that with you. And I truly believe in you, even though you're maybe anxious. And I know we all felt it. Michelle also felt it, or worried, or it's okay, you're human, and know that you are loved and you can connect with your inner self, inner wisdom, inner light, whatever you need. And that's then a journey where you can grow to. So this menopause is maybe a journey you can see with love, because we also learn new stuff in menopause. We discover things we never knew about our bodies, our systems, and how emotional we can get, or maybe not. But new things show up. So see it as a period in your life where you can grow again and be who you are.
Beautiful. That's so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. So where can people find you and want to connect, if they want to connect more with their spiritual energy?
They can, I have something for you to share also. I have a
Oh, love a
free,
freebie.
a freebie, of course. It's a Set Your Day in a High Vibration Masterclass. I have done this last year. And it's all about finding your high vibration, how to do it. So it's extension of this, what we have done today, to go to your more joyful, balanced energy every day. And I've seen it, of course, with others who've done it. They've got more sparkle, more loves, more themselves, more them happy selves. So I really love to give this as a gift to you all, radiant souls. Of course, radiant souls. Everybody is radiant. You can find it probably here in the show notes. I'm going to send it to Michelle. And the website of me, I'm going to put in there, and other links, so you can find me there. You can reach out to me if you want a one-on-one coaching or card reading or whatever you feel you need. Of course, you can get it from Michelle, but I'm also out there to support and help you.
Thank you. So for those that are listening, we're now coming to the end of the show, and I wish to thank you all for taking the time to just listen and take a few tips on managing your well-being to thrive through spiritual energy. Please, could you all be sure to subscribe to the show and leave us a review, because it helps more people find us and we can then spread our words. And if you would like to connect with me to discover how my program can support you through the menopause, and then book over on my website your free discovery call. My website is michellewells.co.uk, and you also can get a second freebie for today and sign up to the free ebook that I have there, which just gives you tips about nutrition, movement, and lifestyle to start off with. So Esther, thank you so much for joining us today. It has been really balancing, really vibrational, and I am so entirely grateful.
Thank you for having me.